3, 2, 1. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to a very festive, aesthetic version of the Code Crown podcast. I'm AJ, this is Meg, and here we are with Season 1, Episode 11 of Digimon Ghost Game. It's been a quick 11 weeks. So last week, we got one of the better episodes in the most recent run, with Tesla Jellymon and the whole thing with the fighting game and the show kind of going back to a lot of the horror aesthetic that we did like about the opening episodes. So that was good to see. Will this week be the same? Tough to tell. The episode preview certainly looked quite brutal. We are hoping for an Angoramon evolution this episode. Will we get it? I mean, Meg prophesized that they might not do 2 evolution episodes in a row, so that could be where we are with this. Are you still hedging your bets on that, or?
I can't see it.
Okay.
I don't know, but
yeah.
If we were gonna get Tesla Jellymon.
Yeah, we kind of thought
general,
we kind of thought she might have turned up next week based on the synopsis stuff, but I guess we'll see how that goes. No, but no. Oh, very orangey. Hey, Justin. Thanks for joining
Justin.
in. Has my webcam frozen? See, this is your doing. Because you're messing with the lighting, you're freezing my camera.
Yeah, that's how that works.
That is how that works, because my camera is a sensitive mofo. Like me.
The cameras.
But, Justin, thanks very much for joining in. Hope you're keeping well. So, I guess before we kick off, how is the chat doing? Have you had a good week? Have you had a chance to see Spider-Man yet? Because I think we would like to talk about it, but I don't want us spoiling things by even hinting at things that might have happened. Oh, actually started before I showed up. Thanks, Yami.
Hi, Yami.
Thanks. Picking on me, less you.
I'm generally the reason.
I mean, yeah, that's no less true to it. What? Salutations, Reiko. Thanks for joining in. Thank you. How are you? So we're getting very festive on this side. You might have seen the video I put up. The guts of 12 hours ago, maybe 18 hours ago at this stage, showing off our Christmas tree decorations and the angel sitting at the top and all of that. And no, to Spidey, you know why. Oh. Now. We've been over this. Not pick on, antagonize. Well, it's all... And, well, it is almost Christmas. Indeed. So I hope you guys did enjoy just the little video that we put out showing off the tree and things. We were actually going to have the tree sitting behind us, but just with the current setup, and I'm not really a fan of moving Anjuamon around.
Yeah. She's very delicate.
She's very delicate and back heavy. Because of the wings, right? She's not top heavy because she got big old bitties, but as somebody in the chat theorized she would be. You know who you are. But yeah, just because of her awkward posing, she is the way she's sculpted, those wings make her very back heavy, so she does have a tendency to lean back. We actually had to tie her to the tree, and not in the way most fan art would depict. So we're off to a wild start already.
Yeah.
But yeah, I hope you guys have had a good, productive week.
She's safe where she is, but not if we were.
Yeah, exactly. Like looking at her, you wouldn't actually think she's in as much of a precarious position as she is, but it's to touch is just yeah, I fear for it, to be honest. So but yeah, so I think like we would like to talk about Spider-Man, but you know, maybe don't pin this one on me. You're the one with terrible word choices. I didn't even call you out by name. Way to expose yourself, Yami. Way to expose yourself. But cool. But yeah, so look, we all I can really say without delving into story points and things, it's a very good movie. It's a very good comic book movie. It does pick on a lot of things throughout all the iterations of Spider-Man movies we've had over the last 20 years. You know, but it's also a very wholesome movie. So I implore you all to see it if and when you can. If you do like Spider-Man as a character, definitely make an effort to go out and see this. So, and that's really all I can say without delving into story points and spoiling things, because I feel like this is the kind of movie that even trying to do a non-spoiler review would still yeah.
Nancy.
No, I'm sure people can do it, but I feel like to delve into why certain parts of the movie spark in as much interest as they do, you have to go into them in a bit more detail. So maybe it's something we'll look at in a couple of weeks when more people have had a chance to see it. But with current restrictions, who knows?
Should we? On the screen, because we had that problem on.
Yeah, over on Twitch, we nearly had that problem. Someone who was nearly spoiling the movie in the chat by quoting dialogue, and I'm just like, I'm just not screaming at Meg, but I'm gesturing heavily, going, "Shut that down! Shut that down!" Hello, Peter. Indeed. But yeah, but I will jump into the Digimon stuff then, because that's the main bread and butter of why we're here. Yeah, definitely. If we keep talking about Spider-Man, one of us is going to let something slip. I will say though, we are going to make plans to go and see it again over the week. So yay! I'm looking forward to that already. Before 8 p.m. because our new restrictions because of Omicron Persei 8. Our new restrictions, indoor venues have to close at 8 p.m. So that's, you know, simplest solution, jump topics, and that's what we're doing. We are jumping to Digimon. So I'm still hopeful we get an Angoramon evolution in this episode. Meg doesn't think it's going to happen, just based on the pacing of the show and whether they would do two evolutions side by side like that, because there hasn't really been a precedent for that as of yet. But I kind of want them to do it just so we can start moving the plot. And the longer we drag out the Angoramon evolution, I feel like the longer we're dragging out this first arc of the show. Like, you know, that's kind of my thought process on it. Can we just do it for that, if nothing else? But let's hit the play button. So as always, we are watching through the Crunchyroll app, so feel free to join us through there or whatever medium you're using. So I'll count us down. We'll jump into the review. Get your bracelets ready. And I'm still annoyed at DHL because my Jellymon and Angoramon dims aren't here yet. They were supposed to be here on Thursday, but I'll get into that at the end of things. Hopefully they arrive at some point tomorrow. So maybe I'll have Jellymon for Christmas. Maybe that'll be my gift to me from me. But yeah, let's just get into it. So I'll count us down. I'm gonna hit the play button. Before that, oh yes, there you go. So, Psycho at the ready. Oh, you okay? Do you want me to do it?
No, I'm fine.
Oh, You want me to do it?
No.
I'll do it.
No.
Co-hosts.
You just made me look like a baby.
No, I didn't. I'm being helpful. I was happy to see an evolution with Rappermon as the antagonist since it's one of the ones I drew as a... Yeah, I think I've seen your Rappermon. He's a vampire. It's gonna happen. Oh well. A friend of mine is hoping to see a Digimon in Ghost Game. Like...
I can see it happening.
I can see it happening. Doesn't mean I wanted to, but if it's late series, fine. But I don't think Digimon should be showing up this early. But if he turns up down the road as a later antagonist, yeah, like it could work. Like he's thematically fitting. Like Pumpkinmon, Lady Devimon, like all these classic monster movie style Digimon should definitely have a pop, but I do like that it's also using Digimon that don't really get as much screen time. Like who knew a nun would be a psycho kart racer?
Mm-hmm.
So all these lesser known Digimon getting time to shine is something I'm really enjoying about the show.
I don't mind him.
Yeah.
But I agree.
Oh no, no, just don't make him like an antagonist, or like just a monster of the week kind of thing, and I'd be okay with that. But let's count ourselves in, and again, we're watching through the Crunchyroll app, so feel free to join us through there or whatever medium you may be using. Right, so 3, 2, 1, play. So Toei Animation Cat is doing the thing.
We just
like Psycho life.
We're definitely living the Psycho life this week. Friend of mine sent me a box with lots of goodies in it, so Psycho all around.
It has been Psycho all around thanks to this goodie box. I won't lie. Oh, and I have a very apt piece of Psycho here for anyone who's been on the Twitch streams as of late. A nice bar of caramel for anybody who's been following the Twitch streams this week. You'll know what significance that holds. Yeah, I still love this opening. Because I feel like every week I watch this and my brain picks up on something new just going on in the background because there's so much happening.
All I can ever see is that rabbit.
Yeah.
The one that pops up because she's just so innocent looking. Everything else is a monster and she's just there with her little shopping bag. She's really innocent. That's all I can see.
Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Holograms, a new technology. I want a Kyukimon. I can see that. I can see you. Oh. Oh. This couple just aren't allowed to be out on a date, it seems. Ah. Well, he seems possessed. I'll finally stop you today. Sounds like he's talking to either somebody else we can't see, or he's seeing the couple as somebody. Kamai Tachi. He just flies away and leaves her alone? Oh, they had a fight. So this is that episode. This is that Oh, wait, maybe not. Yeah, the Polaroid style of camera really did circle back around, didn't it?
Unfortunately, film
No.
cameras really shallow.
Yeah, what are they called now? Something Syntax or something? Instax, that's the one.
Like,
Oh, of course.
you can actually buy ones that are the.
That's harrowing, but also good business sense. I can see why that's a thing.
Cigarettes on them.
Yeah.
Edit it out.
Oh, it would. The cigarettes would totally be edited out in the dub. Or that, or change to candy canes or pockies or something. Frosted Flakes. Just straight up a box of Frosted Flakes.
No, that said freaks.
Did it?
Frosted freaks.
No,
Jonathan Frakes. I like a picture of Jonathan Frakes with frosted tips.
Edgy goth Jonathan Frakes.
No, like 90s boy band.
Oh,
Jonathan
90s boy.
Frakes.
Okay, yeah, that works too. Oh, so they are doing the thing where the Digimon and the human have a falling out. They're just going about it rather... I don't know, this is curious. Like, every series does this, but it's usually the protagonist. Oh, is that meant to be an Angoramon? Digimon, no! Don't kill him! Take me shopping already! Oh.
He's an only child.
Maybe, yeah. It's a whole ep of not what you... Interesting. Okay, so this has to be setting up for an evolution. Kermit T-meme hero? Okay, yeah, I'm here for that. Yeah. Aww. The champion! He really is just baby. You're such a liar! Oh. Hero, this wasn't the date. Oh.
Got ditched.
Yeah.
Oh.
Potamon! Not Kunemon, the other one. Elecmon! There's a Floramon, and I can never remember that bird's name. Doesn't matter how many times I see that bird, I never remember its name. A cat flower, that's fair. Labramon!
Oh, I love it. I want it.
I brought you this treat. Nom. Like a proper doggo. Do you think that Pokemon will be the one to warn Hero about a dark? I hope so. But we need to start see it generating more for Pokemon to become wary of it. I don't want the show to forget about it until it's, you know, relevant to the story. Muchomon, that's the one. It is Muchomon. Thank you so much. Wait a minute. When did this turn into Fatal Frame? She's gonna start taking pictures of the ghost. When did this turn into Fatal Frame? Oh, yeah. Oh! Oh, no! Her poor camera.
Can you imagine if the ghosts could do that?
Camera Obscura just wouldn't stand a chance.
You did.
And Goromon.
Get out of here. You know what a Digimon is?
Yeah. Oh. The tail is evil. Huh. But the tail is possessing him? Okay. This is different. Is he part of a tea-making club?
So when he flies and sticks his butt out.
It's gotta make himself aerodynamic, right? R.I.P. Rory, yeah.
That picture.
I don't know. I'll have to go back and grab a screenshot. That was... What do you want to buy next? Like as if you're not controlling the shopping, Jellymon. Oh. Oh, that's cheap. That is a cheap way of writing him out of the episode. Which is funny because... Was it you or I think it was Yami was saying a couple of weeks ago. It was during the bird episode. Kyoshiro was just there so they didn't have to explain things later. And now they've literally just come up with a reason to write him out of the episode. Oh, Cowscamamon we're getting. Okay.
Okay. He said he needed to fly.
Yeah.
We got blue.
We got the blue one. Oh, whoa.
He's handled by his back.
Sure. But he has handles for steering?
Steering, what's going on?
Another great way to use the lore and biology of a Digimon. Yeah. Ah. Rappermon's the tail?
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Satsuma's from Rappermon from Sabers. Yeah, no, I don't think he ever had a problem like this. Going to cut off his own tail? Stop hitting yourself? Kyo is a complete coin toss each week on whether they feel like including him or ignoring him with any effort. Of course he has handles. How could they forget to put something so silly and cool? Yeah. Yeah, it does feel like it's a rule of cool issue, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Oh, and Goramon with the last minute save. Oh. Oh, he looks angry. I heard everything. Motions to giant ears. That's fun. I do like that Angoramon has like this friend group outside of his Digidestined adventures. I can already see how this reaction will end already. Oh, I hope not. Yeah, I'm gonna ignore the chat for a moment. I'll not ignore, but I'll try not to be influenced by the chat. It was like proper helicopter noises for Angoramon's ears. Come on, evolve and get faster. Also, belly noises.
I think that's not fat either. Fat noise.
Yeah. Ooh.
Maybe it's helicopter. I see it.
I think Submarimon had handles too. Yeah, but he was a literal submarine. That made sense. Like, Kausgamamon is just a a big Vmon. Or he's an ex-Vmon with wings. Like, the handles are silly, but you know, Submarimon's at least made sense. Lamberta kick. The same reason as to why Gabumon Bond or Friendship can turn into a motorcycle. It's just because it's cool. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I forgot about that. And I'm down. Nice.
Or now.
No. Wait, X-Vmon had wings anyway. Well, I mean, Kausgamamon just looks like but he never had the wings, like, in here. He never had, like, the flying squirrel wings, is what I meant. Die! I make him a flying Triceratops? Basically? Would you like to be my glorified knife? Yeah, that's Rappermon is right to be insulted here. I can't believe that worked. That should not have worked. Blatant reverse psychology there. That should not have worked.
Walking is one thing, but if all you want to slice things up,
Yeah.
slice people.
Per camera, though. You gonna pay for that, Rappermon? Camera didn't break exactly. I'm such a pill. Aww. Oh, so I just thought, I was like, this isn't just going to be his end of episode nonsense, is it? Oh no, that's exactly what it was.
Really fast.
Yeah, that episode was like blink of an eye kind of over. I did enjoy it though.
Yeah.
No evolution, which makes me kind of sad. But I guess you were right.
Yeah.
Well done, I think.
I don't like that I'm right. I wanted an evolution, I just didn't even get one.
Yeah, well, we got the blue. We got blue! Is as close as we're getting to that this week, I suppose. But yeah. Okay, well, look, I don't want to jump into the ranking stuff yet. We'll have a chat about this and see where we end up. Because I think it was very good. I like the duality of this Digimon being, like, basically having a split personality, but it not being like mental disorder split personality. Oh, right, the chainmail. Oh yeah, the green Vegemon thing.
No. Second, I thought it was not.
No, it's. The next episode is literally just called Chain Letter. Okay. And next week then we'll probably have spoilers to talk about for episodes 13 through 15, 16. So this episode was really quick. It felt like it was just getting started, and then it just came to a halt.
Yeah. Life.
No, it doesn't feel like it's been 40 minutes already. What did you think of it overall?
It just went by too fast for me to.
Anything in particular you liked or didn't like?
I did enjoy the shoot.
Yeah, the camera saved her there, but if it was not the camera, it would have been her face. That's very true. I really like the threat and the dysfunction of Rappermon. Like one side of him being just out for, maybe not out for blood, but really just wanting to cut anything and everything and hone its edge or whatever, and putting down the beast half, or not even fair to call them halves. But that part being the more kind and more look, we can do things, but we don't have to put people in harm's way to do it. That kind of stuff. As Reiko says, yeah, Angoramon taking on Rappermon armed with nothing more than bamboo sticks. Yeah, or as dual swords. Rappermon is a champion. Or adult level. I feel like the show trolled me to think Angoramon was going to evolve.
In the trailer last week.
The trailer last week certainly made it feel that way, and when we were talking about the episode synopsis before this episode a couple of weeks ago, it certainly did feel like this was going to be the episode where the character and their Digimon get into a fight and then they have to reconcile and their bond is even stronger. And that kind of happened, but not really. They never had the moment where they go, I hate you and don't want to see you ever again. They were just sort of, Angoramon was keeping secrets and she was sort of, oh, why is he hiding things? And there was that. Like Yami said, it's very much a it's not what you think kind of thing. No, it really wasn't a bad episode.
I think it's a high.
No, I mean, if we just want to get into that, we can.
Don't really.
I was definitely not. It wasn't like a 5. Like I would say that.
It was good, and I didn't hate any of it.
Yeah, it was an average episode.
Yeah,
it was kind of it was there. It wasn't awful. It wasn't bad. It was very good. Yeah, like it's one of those ones you're gonna remember because of the premise of it, I think, and just the different elements. And that's one thing. Like, as much as we sort of do have a problem with the endings kind of being the same, where they talk it out, and I'm coming around to that more each week, because it does show the target demographic. Children. We keep in mind the target demographic for this is children. It does sort of teach that there is another way to resolve things that isn't fighting and violence. A Digimon doesn't have to die at the end of every episode for you to be in the right. And this is more about, and this whole lesson here in this episode was talking with another person and working at a middle ground. That's real. That's so different. This franchise doesn't do that. It's so different, where because there's two sets of characters going through the exact same problem, and in fighting one another, with each pair fighting one another, they learn from each other at the same time. With the two sides of Rappermon, and then obviously Ruri and Angoramon, kind of going through the same thing, but for different reasons, where they just need to talk. They just need to communicate, and that's a very good thing for the show to teach.
That's one thing that like super every episode probably be resolved if talk to Dean.
Yeah.
Just fucking talk. Sorry. Just...
Well, there goes the family-friendly rating. Okay, we're not say-so anymore. Family-friendly is dead.
But that's something that happens a lot. And you're like, but you're there, just talk to each other.
Yeah.
And just talk to each other.
Yeah, and addressed that it's an issue, and communication leads to distrust, or it leads to other people getting caught in the middle of your bickering or your argument or whatever. So I do like that this episode wasn't the traditional way of doing the partners break up and reconcile thing. It was very it was a very unique way of going about it, and I'd love to see more episodes like that as we go forward.
Another the reuniting wasn't a...
No, it wasn't a... Look, not that what happened last week was cheesy with Jellymon being like, we were strong because we had each other.
Yeah.
That worked within the context of the moment.
Yeah, but
that
had
is
there been
how
a
that...
separation and then they came back and were shouting that from afar, that
they separated and come back, and then it's kind of ham-fisted. Yeah. Let's see. If this ep shows us anything, it's that Ruri and Angora aren't actually all that close still. It's a surface level partnership. That's a fair point, and this may be the episode to get them to the evolution stage where they have that more of a close relationship, because they've been through this thing where they need to be more respectful of how the other is feeling. So yeah, like, because it always came across that Ruri and Angoramon kind of just clicked from the Drachmon episode, because he'd always been this sort of silent guardian thing, and she went, ooh, fluffy.
Yeah.
But maybe, as Yami says, it does show that they're still not really all that close, and they're still finding their feet. So maybe the evolution here just wouldn't have worked because their relationship hasn't gotten to that point. The thing I realized about last week's episode when we rewatched it was when Kyoshiro was having his integer overload thing, Jellymon mentioned, oh, watch this, and went max level, and nothing happened. Where that circled back around and it was max level limit break, and then the evolution happened. Seeming to imply that their relationship has maybe already hit that stage off screen.
Yeah.
Or it's just something that they have, maybe it's just a keyword that they have between them for something. And as always, like, Jellymon and Kyoshiro here, like, they didn't steal the show, but, Jellymon basically stringing Kyoshiro up and going, take me shopping, was really fun. I remember when Masaru and Agumon did that and they fought over food. Yeah, like, every show does it. Every show has the episode where the human and the Digimon get into a fight, they split up for an episode, and they don't, and then they reunite, and and
is that how?
Remember how we got XVmon?
Oh,
oh, okay, because it was basically that, the pissing tortoise.
Is that how Yamato?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't remember what that was called. But
Yeah, his glass cave of emotion. Yeah. So every season does it. So yeah. I don't know where I was going with that. I kind of got distracted reading the chat. Something that puzzles me is how much people get desperate to see Digimon evolve. I think it's because, honestly, I think it's a conditioning thing. I think because we're generally doing shows with more characters, we get conditioned to expect 12 evolutions for the opening arc, and when that doesn't happen and you do not filler episodes, but character building episodes, because take nothing away from this episode, it's probably filler in the long game, but for the immediate sense in this arc that we're in, this is a character building episode, which could be referenced back to down the road. This is character building. So I don't really see it as filler in the traditional sense, where it's not an episode where you could take this episode away and nothing would change. It's not that kind of episode. But I do think it's a conditioning thing, especially with Adventure 2020. And I don't want to... I'm not going to turn this into my weekly Adventure 2020 rant, but it's the most recent point of reference that we have, so I think it's only fair to make that comparison. Adventure 2020 had 16 characters to work with, 8 humans and 8 Digimon. And the pacing for that show is the same as the pacing for this show. Only with Adventure 2020, the Digimon outright died at the end of the episode. Right? You got 3 episodes of character introduction, then you got plot, and then you got a stretch of nothing, and then you got a sprinkle of plot here and there, and then you got a stretch of nothing, and then the first boss showed up. So this is kind of the same thing. The only difference is we're having these more mature resolutions rather than just who can attack the biggest. So and it's only, so I'm not going to go on my weekly 2020 was a dumpster fire rhetoric, but it just referencing it back. The only thing that made Adventure stand out more is it had more characters to work with. So you couldn't stretch the evolutions out as long with that cast. Because the show was already 66 episodes, and every 5 they had a separation arc. So you couldn't say have Taichi evolve in episode 2, never mind episode 1, episode 2. You couldn't have Agumon evolve to Greymon in episode 2, and then not have Sora evolve to Piyomon until episode 10. It just would not work because you have 16 characters to juggle. We never even saw Plotmon.
If they left 5 episodes, these 3, that's 15 episodes. That's still acceptable. That's 5 episodes in 8 people.
Yeah, you
how far into the series would they have been?
Yeah, exactly. It's not in comparison though, it's only been 5 episodes, but Kyosho and Jellymon are volumes ahead of the others. Yeah, they really are. Those 2 are already married. Darling. Takata got mad at Gilmon and they made up after we got Gromon. Yeah. See, look, I mean, everything, every series does it. The only series that can't do it is Frontier, because the humans are the Digimon. It's the only series that physically can't do it. Adventure did it. 02 did it. Tamers did it. Savers did it. Cross Wars did it. Applemon does it. I won't spoil when for you, because you're still working your way through it. And now Ghost Game has done it. So we never did get Plotmon in 2020 because, well, that show was mean to us. But you got nods in every scene they appeared on how much their partnership has changed. Yeah, with Jellymon and Kyoshiro, definitely. Kyoshiro's back to playing video games after what happened last week. Now, it could be a different game, but we're actually seeing him with the headset on, and he's like, yeah, we'll go shop. I have a camera on my smartphone, go have fun. So you definitely do get this, you do definitely get a great insight on how their relationship is after everything they've been through. No, he's definitely not as terrified of her anymore. But she definitely wears the pants in the relationship, so to speak. She's definitely the dominant one in the relationship, but he's not cowering in a corner from her anymore. Which is fine. But but even then, I like how they wrote him out of the episode. He went shopping, and then the rules clearly state, don't have your phone out. And he's the dorm leader and has to set an example, so he's not going to take his phone out. He'll phone them back later. And that's really fun. That's character consistency, and you love to see it. So there's a lot to like in this episode. There is really a lot to like in this episode. Whether you think the ending is very samey because it's stuff we've already done or whatever. I think it's always, my point has always been, it's always how they get to it. Just because they come to a defeat means friendship resolution most weeks, it doesn't mean that the episodes are always going to end exactly the same way. The only one that still annoys me is Clockmon. but I'm hoping that has bigger picture ramifications down the line, so I'm trying not to let that cloud my judgment. Were the children's spirits alive in Frontier? Only when the plot said so. You would get the occasional scene, and even then I think it might have only been toward the end, to be honest, but sometimes you would see Takuya and Agnimon shaking hands. But no, other than that, they weren't. Like, they were, and here I go with my weekly Sentai nonsense again. But they were like when Power Rangers and Super Sentai do a crossover, and they can't get the actor in, so they just have somebody in a suit. And it's like, oh no, that's totally that character, even though they never speak, and the voidless suit just goes. You know, and that's what the Frontier spirits were like, you know, because, well, they're spirits, but they never genuinely interacted with the kids until, oh, you saved the world, well done, shake hands, off you go, thanks, thank you, F you, bye. Frontier spoilers, I guess. I don't think anyone cares. But so yeah, it's a very good episode. The show has
excuse me. Making me crash already.
Yeah, I know. We had a long day and we filled up quite well on food. I was ready to go into a food coma before we started, which is why we're on the monster to get through this. Because I think we're both about ready to go into a food coma.
Yeah, pretty much.
But yeah. So, like, do you want to jump over to the rating then, or do you have anything else you want to say on it? Because I feel like I've just sort of hour talked over this.
No, it's all good because, well, you're saying everything, thinking anyway, which works. Well, except for all the stuff.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah, but no, I have much to say.
Okay.
I enjoyed it. Right, it's building episode.
Yeah, it's a character building episode as opposed to being filler, which is very good. Now it ends being that Clockmon evolves into Wisemon and saves the day. That'd be fun. Like, if allowing Clockmon to live, he evolved into something else with sort of like, and that circled back around in a good way. That would be awesome. Like, as long as letting Clockmon live pays off, and it's not just because the good guys are good guys kind of thing.
So I do think it would.
Yeah.
And then they're kind of like, oh no.
Yeah, like if he got corrupted again or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be
like,
fun.
If you just like, there's a passing line in like like the next episode or the episode after. It's just a passing line with Pokemon being like, oh, he hasn't been turning up to his training, and you go, oh, where is he? And that's just something they let linger in the background. Yeah, that could be fun. All right, well, look, let me pull up the score sheet then for this week, and we'll get on that. So where is the display? Go, and bang. Okay. So, as ever, I'll let you start.
Yeah,
Oh, I was trying to see if I could maybe. Yeah, no, I did have it here. I thought that would do it, but no. Yeah, okay. So, for Kamaitachi, what would you rank it?
I said I didn't hate it, but it's not.
Yeah. Three? Okay, yeah, that's fair. And your favorite character? Angora, yeah, very valid. Very valid. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. That's my first 0.5 of the series.
I have 3 of them.
Yeah. And my favorite character is Rory.
Okay.
So yeah. So if we take those scores in here, so 3.5 and a 3. For me, it's better than Bird, The Cursed Song, and The Doll's Manor, and I actually think that's quite fair.
I might as well be giving it a 5.
Yeah. So let me just. You think it's better? Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So you're happy with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So where is?
Or I look at the end of it, to be quite honest.
Real? Well, I mean, we haven't done our up to 10 rewatch yet, so maybe we will feel differently about Bird after we get around to that.
Hey Desmond.
Hey Desmond, thanks for joining in. The time when Shamamon found the Rappermon Beast Spirit and Spirit Evolved, does that mean the other Digimon can't Spirit Evolve if they have the Spirit? Shamamon is special. I need to rewatch Frontier. We're obviously going to have to do that at some point for this to keep it going. So ask me that when we get there, if we remember at that stage. I'm sure we'll have opinions about Frontier once we do get there, because I do want to rewatch it. Just because I haven't watched it since it came out, and it came out in 2004. Yeah, yeah, a bit of a refresher wouldn't go amiss, you know. And you haven't seen it yet, so we may as well be watching it fresh.
Yeah.
There'll be parts where I'll go, oh, I remember the kind of... No, I don't remember it going like that. You know, there'll be a lot of that, but...
That's my back right now.
By showing kindness to someone that showed you hostility, in the end, one of them will save your ass when you're in a bad situation. For example, you end gravely injured after a battle, but for some reason can't go to the real world, then a certain doctor comes to the rescue. Yeah. I mean, there's that. That's a very pessimistic way of looking at it, but yeah. All the legendary spirits need a rookie. Yeah, I think they do. Maybe. I mean, we have Flamon for Agnimon. We have the Strabimon for the Garmon line. I think oh god, maybe they're the only two. And the others have just been sort of fan inserts. I was expecting Angoramon to evolve. So was I at the very least. Meg called it. Meg said it wouldn't happen so close to the Tesla Jellymon episode. But you know, and that proved to, and you know, she proved to be right on that. So well done.
Okay.
But looking at how the episode worked out, I'm glad that the evolution wasn't here, because as we said, it was character building rather than plot.
But like the synopsis, killer, like it would be.
Yeah.
I just.
Yeah, because this spoiler synopsis really did seem to lean into that this was going to be a separation episode, but it wasn't. Okay. Then I think any Spirit Evolve both human. Maybe. Again, I need to rewatch Frontier to be sure on that, but we'll get there. We'll get there. one evolution at a time, you know? That's it. Yeah, no worries. Meg is just going to go away. Okay. So you're stuck with me now. You poor souls. It's just like the old days. Get out of here. Just like the old days, I suppose, yeah. Would still really like to see a trio of champions in a fight already, though. Yeah, I get that. And we are getting to that point. Like, we are getting to that point. It's, he vanished. Yeah, we are getting to that point. Like, we will see the three of them fighting soon enough, but again, if this is a character building episode to get Simbar, I nearly said Simbar Agumon. No. If this is a character building episode to build up the trust level between Angoramon and Ruri to get Simbar Angoramon in another 3 weeks. God, it could be the new year before Angoramon evolves. How wild would that be for a show that started in October? God, yeah, we're 3 months into the show now. So next week we will be anyway. We'll be 3 months into the show. Running on a 4-week cycle. So that's interesting. So 3 months in, and only 2 of them have evolved, and 1 has evolved twice. That's horrid when you say it that way. But within the context of the story, it works.
Sound drag. Explain it to someone.
Yeah, if you were to explain it out of context to somebody else.
Do another.
Simba and Goramon. No, Simbar. I don't know how to pronounce Simbare, Simbar, Simbar.
I like the
symbol. Yeah, symbol is in music. Symbol. Yeah. That was my thought. And then the R is because it's a rabbit hair. Okay. Oh, okay. Well. Oh. Oh, right. Okay, I see what you're doing. It does make it seem likely that this series won't have Mega. No, I don't think that's going to be the case. Obviously, I'm open to being proven wrong on that. But I think we will get to Mega level. I just don't think they've been designed yet. I can't see this show building up a new rookie, a new champion, a new ultimate, and then just going with either pre-existing megas or ignoring the Mega level altogether. It just doesn't add up in my head. That just does not add up in my head. I wonder what Angoramon's eyes look like. Oh, we actually know. Hold on.
Oh, the cursed image.
The cursed image. Yeah.
Back on my...
Okay, I will do that once I pull up the cursed image. Oh, yeah, did you see that? Where is it? Well, it's not a cursed image. There's a design document floating around for Angoramon, and he's got his eyes he's got his fur lifted up. Let me see if I can find it here. I was pretty sure oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Oh, cursed images. Yeah. Share to Spookapal. Let me put the display cap. Hold on. Here is Meg's camera again. And let me just put the display capture back on, and there we go. So that's what Angoramon's eyes look like. He's such a baby.
Oh man. I always find that to be a problem.
Oh, Tokomon? Yeah, where he's just all teeth.
He's just all mouth. But that's exactly what he is in this other picture there.
They're just not as sharp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That is what happened with Sabers. They all evolved in the same episode. But,
I'm gonna be scared for a sec.
Yeah, and then I think this image also shows, so that's Offmon without his coat, without his hat and coat. There's Gabumon without his pelt. That is terrifying. Gabumon without his pelt is terrible. He looks so miserable, yeah. Gabumon without his pelt. And then
Gagumon's brother.
yeah, and then a Gaomon without his headband. And Hackmon without his hood, who just looks like a dark Digimon Hackmon. Or Hookmon. Sorry, it's officially Hookmon now, so oops. There we go. Gabumon is scary. Yeah. Gabumon is the cursed one out of that set, but
yeah, that's what the first tweet over there says. The only cursed one
here is Gabumon, to be honest. Like, cool.
Ooh.
Oh, I'm not sure I want to see that. Where is the after? There it is. Okay. Hey, Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Thanks for joining in. Angoramon has cute eyes. He does. He has little beady eyes and they're adorable.
His baby.
Angoramon?
Yeah.
I think we looked at it before.
Is it a fluffy head?
It's just a fluffy head.
Because if it was a little brown head like that would be...
No, it is.
It's just his head, but without all the...
No, that's exactly what it is.
Is it?
Yeah, Angoramon, that's because I know we looked it up before. So, evolves from Bossamon. Like, it's just his head.
It is just his head, but that's not what I meant.
Oh, well,
I meant just the brown part with fringe.
Oh. Like that? Hold on, I put the display capture back on for people. So, that's his that's his baby one fresh out of the egg form. Doesn't get any bigger.
Doesn't get any bigger. Okay.
Gabumon looks like he wants to die. And then oh no, we go back. And then Angoramon's baby 2 form. Remember, Angoramon's a child level. We do forget that because of how big he is. But his pre-evolve form is just his face. It's just his head. It's just his head with smaller ears and a tiny fluff for the tail.
Looks like one of those guinea pigs.
Yeah.
The haired.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Turn that off. So I always wanted to know what Gabumon looked like without it, but why not show it in the anime? Because it was always a joke in the anime. Gabumon would get scared when he didn't have his pelt on. He'd get really shy and hide. Yeah.
He had taken it off or something.
Yeah, he'd taken it off because it got wet and he was drying it over a fire and he was hiding behind the rock.
Yeah.
So, Terriermon, is that you? I mean, he is the Terriermon of the show with that color scheme. Like Renamon, yeah, you do forget Renamon as a child level as well. But the internet has made us forget Renamon as a child level as well. Let's
Yeah.
So, do what you will with that information. Recoil in horror is what I hope. Alright, so we get into the comments then from last week? Because I don't know really what else to say about the episode that we haven't said already.
Yeah, like I said, it was a...
Yeah. I will. Let me bring up the... and comments. Right. Oh. Way the bonded tag. And do we really only have 4 comments for last week? Okay, fair enough. So there's not a whole lot to add on when everyone's here for the live show, so Okay, so we're starting this week with a comment from Justin's game. That's new and scary, and I don't know how to feel about it. Justin, I'm always used to, last but certainly not least. Grand. So Justin says, #Jellymon Shinka. What a great time it is to be part of the faction life. This episode made me think about the .hack, the old, if you die in the game, something happens to you in real life, but this time you get turned into sake. Yeah, I found it really wacky that Jellymon is able to use her tentacle as a USB cable to plug herself into the game. That was a great part of the episode. Yeah. Crazy, but yeah. One thing I found interesting was Jellymon said her own attack name Spiral Kick without Kyoshiro saying a word to activate it. So does that mean it's possible for a partner to say their attack name without a human saying it for them? It came up in the episode with the Thunder Dragon, didn't it? The two attacks came up, BB Thunder and Spiral Kick. I thought he said them both in that episode. So she would have already known what her attacks were.
Not sure.
And then it's the new attacks that the human learns first. From the bracelet? Psychic connection or whatever?
Yeah, just into there.
Yeah. And then we see it on screen, so... because Cross Wars did something like that, where the first time Shoutmon evolved, Taiki, there we go. Jeez, I was like Hiro, Haru, Takato, Takuya. No, we've talked about so many protagonists today. Taiki looks at the Digivice and it tells him what the attacks are, and he calls them back to Omega Shoutmon. So, but I thought in the episode where Jellymon first appeared, Kyoshiro called out Spiral Kick and BB Thunder. Maybe I'm misremembering, but I think it is only new attacks that the human has to learn first and mentally transmit the information back to the partner. I would like an explanation on how that works.
Yeah.
The show's been good about explaining things so far, so maybe we'll get something like that down the road. But anyway, I really love seeing Tesla Jellymon here. Even as an adult level, I feel like she keeps her sassy nature and is the reason we saw her evolution here. Is it because the dim card's being released? I would have thought so, because the dim card did release last week, and that's why I thought we'd have gotten Angoramon as well, because of that synergy for the merchandise.
Yeah.
But I know it's probably going to be January again. We see Angoramon. Now keep in mind, I say that like well, I was about to say I say that like January isn't only 2 weeks away, but it could be mid-January depending on what the synopses for the next few episodes say. There is. Yeah, I think the only... the second. I think they're taking a break that week. There's no break for the Christmas weekend, but I think it's the New Year weekend they are taking a break. So there'll be no episode on the 2nd, if I recall, and then we'll be back on the 9th. So, but I think, I do think it was synergy for the dim cards being released. But then again, Angoramon didn't evolve, so what do I know? I do find it strange that Angoramon didn't question Tesla Jellymon degenerating back into Jellymon, but honestly I'm just glad that we're getting adult levels as enemies this time like Clockmon. So I'll give the episode a 4.5, and my favourite character of the week is Tesla Jellymon. Yep. Pedja said, I love the episode. It was a fight ep and the character ep at the same time, and we got Tesla Jellymon, really good episode. Kinkakumon was great too. Animation wasn't great, but it wasn't bad either. I don't know, I really liked the animation last week because it fits the more, not more comical nature, but there's certainly an aesthetic to the art style here that I think the animation worked. Like when Tesla Jellymon is like being a rubber band against Kinkakumon's attacks. I really enjoyed all that.
I didn't see it, but like I'm usually the
we don't have.
If I can draw.
No, but when something's bad, you can point it. Yeah. Like this show hasn't done anything egregious yet, as pulling a JPEG across the screen or moving the background again, against it.
I've not seen anything that made me go, ugh.
Yeah,
it's awful.
So, I do wish the evolutions were a bit longer and more detailed, like in 2020. But the evolution, no, I'm okay with the evolutions being snappy because they don't take up screen time. The way the evolutions work in this show, the 3 characters can evolve in the same episode, and you lose next to no screen time.
Yeah, that does come to an episode where they're all going to evolve together.
Yeah.
They can just do it 1 or 2.
Yeah.
Don't have to split.
Yeah, well, I was going to say, yeah, they can either do it as 1, 2, 3, or they can split screen it, and you're going to lose next to no screen time from it.
2 seconds.
Yeah, so I'm okay with the sequences not being so drawn out.
That's one thing that bugs me. The episode gamers.
Yeah.
Like with Rappermon, like they load the thing into the drive, and then it does the swoosh.
That does get better later.
Come on.
Yeah. The app realization process and even the evolution process in Tamers, that does get better later on. But yeah, the opening episodes, it is tough. But that does get better.
Yeah. But that's one thing I'm really glad of it.
Yeah.
Been kind of Hero 2, I guess. Oh, there's still.
Yeah.
Oh, you're evolving too. Oh,
yeah.
Come on.
I mean, like the episode where Belial Vamdemon shows up, 90% of that episode is evolution sequence. It's the same with Apocalypse when they break out of the pocket dimension. As they're breaking out of the pocket dimension, 90% of that episode is evolution sequence. And then the episode starts with the evolution sequences. You're just like, no! Yeah, oh, it's a drag. It's such a drag. Well, I'll get Angoramon's evolution for my birthday. On the other side, each episode looks great. Yeah, no, I do. I really do like the animation quality for the series so far. But hey, to each their own, you know, we all have different things that we like and don't, and aesthetic, it's all about aesthetic, right? So Pedro then goes on to say, I really like Tesla Jellymon's design. For me, this episode is a 4.5. Only negative I have with almost every episode, it always reverses all the damage and become good, even at the end, even Lockmon. I don't think King Kakumon became a good guy at the end of last week's episode. The Gin Kakumon, if it was just him, I could totally see him being like, oh yeah, sure, I'll be your pal, you're going to give me booze.
But that was only because of the booze.
Oh, only
because he wanted to be friends.
Not because he
so that's not even a good guy thing. It's just like, give me the booze. Just
yeah, but he's less likely to go on another rampage when he knows he's getting a stash.
Yeah.
You know, and Hero just willingly offering up his dad's stash.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
He's going to be drinking it.
Yeah, true.
But yeah, no, that was more of a, have free beer? I'll come to your...
Yeah. It's like that meme where it's like, hey, friend, you want to come out? No, I have no money. Friend, I'll pay. And suddenly it's the Sailor Moon transformation sequence.
Yeah, she was.
But she was definitely not. She was a warrior who lost and accepted defeat, but she wasn't on friendly terms with them.
No, but she cut off the friend. Any type of friendly terms with.
Yeah. So I do
not
like
even
that.
using them for this.
Yeah, so like I do like that. It's again that sort of every episode might look like it has that a samey ending, but how they get there and what they do with the ending is usually very good and usually very different. The only one I still, aside from Clockmon, because I'm hoping that has bigger ramifications down the line, the only one I still really don't like is Sirenmon.
Yeah.
That's the only one that still bugs me.
Yeah, like after more thought on Yadagaramon, like we were talking about before, about how like his mission was over and he didn't just kind of go, oh come on, I'm out of here.
Yeah, he just saw the birds were safe and went, okay.
Happened, he saw, right, this is fine, I don't.
Yeah. But you kind of wish he'd have at least said it.
Communicated it somehow, yeah.
And it's funny you bring that up, because that's the theme of this episode.
Yeah.
Communication.
So yeah, that was, like, I have less of a problem with that now.
Yeah.
But yeah, Sirenmon bugged me a little.
Yeah. Yeah. It's, like aside from Clockmon is its own kettle of fish. Yeah, or
What was between
Kettle of Gears. Between it was Sistermon CL and Yatagaramon, which Yatagaramon we talked about, and Sistermon CL we didn't get a resolution.
Yeah,
Blacktailmon Uber opened up a gate and then her and Metal Phantomon went bye-bye.
Yeah.
So again, a different kind of resolution.
Still fighting on it.
They're probably still exactly. Sistermon CL and Metal Phantomon are still racing and fighting even today. You know, the longest game of Mario Kart ever. But
yeah, like had Sirenmon and Clockmon. That was
having that breakup between the two does make a lot. It does help, man. Ataro, go home and be a family mon. Jellymon sama, probably. Yeah. Sorry, for some reason I thought that was the read more button. Yeah. In all honesty, the only real negative was the animation. Not the best for an evolution episode. The ep being fun in general more than made up for it. I mean, we were just so absorbed in the episode itself. If there was flaws, they didn't really stand out as much. But the episode, the episode was really fun. Like they've got a point there, and I go home and be a family mom, Jellymon sama, probably. That's cool. Like again, aesthetics and such. You know, I mean, some people are obviously seeing something we don't, so that's fine. If we're gonna rewatch anyway, you know, maybe it'll stand out more
because we won't be waiting for the happening.
Yeah,
we'll actually be able to focus on.
Yeah. But then finishing up with Connor Donahue, name we haven't seen recently, so thank you for joining. I really like the evolution sequences in the series. They're quick and to the point, so that they aren't wasting too much of the runtime.
Yeah.
See, there we go. I'm justified. We're justified. I'm gonna check that now. No, nothing held for review. So let me have a look. There were some comments on the video we put up last night for the tree. So let me have a look there. A Merry Christmas from Reiko. A Merry Christmas to you too. And then Gabriel Marito Anjaitan. Every time I read that name, I'm sweating buckets. I'll get it wrong. Amazing. Merry Christmas. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Or a Merry Christmas to everyone who's celebrating, and season's greetings and happy holidays if you do other things at this time of year. I hope you enjoy yourself regardless. Genuinely, I don't want that to sound like I'm saying it for the sake of saying it. Genuinely, it's that time of year where whatever you're doing, enjoy it, you know? Whatever you're up to. Yeah, exactly.
Celebrating something or not.
Yeah, exactly. Just be comfortable and warm, and you know. But I think that's kind of it as far as recent comments go. Yeah, I read that. There's nothing really there. Okay. Which?
Oh, that's.
Yeah. Okay, so that's everything then. So let's jump back over to that. Yeah, that's true. Gabumon. Naked Digimon. Yeah, that is a line from the dub. Naked Digimon. I love Gabumon's voice in the dub. I really do. It's just a shame, like, obviously, because like it's not the actor's fault. Like, people they are people too. They do get older, but Kirk Thornton couldn't really keep the voice in later incarnations. So the Gabumon voice that he does in Try and Kizuna, you can tell he's trying to do the Gabumon voice from the 90s show, but he just can't. So on the 90s show, it's like, oh, Matt, that's okay. I'm your friend for life. And then in Try and Kizuna, it's more like, oh, that's okay, Matt. I'm your friend. You know, it's just that higher pitch, because obviously he's gotten older, so he can't. That's
Yeah.
That's, it is what it is. I'm just glad when they make the effort to get the older voices back at all, So that's but yeah, it is such a standout line because of the voice he was given. It's just like naked Digimon. It's why I love Agumon's voice so much. Like the first time Agumon warp evolves in the dub, and he's like, "Woo! Agumon, warp Digivolve too." Oh, he's like his Mickey Mouse sort of. Oh, his voice just goes. It's wild. It's just all these,
Extra wild. I used to.
When you're not, yeah. When we watch the dub, when we hit 10K. Oh, I'm sorry. I think in advance. Sorry, not sorry. Speaking of, like and subscribe. That'd be fantastic. Get us up to 10K, and we will do our watch along of the dub of Digimon Adventure 99. Agumon's English voice kind of changed too. Yeah, it did. Not as much. It's not as noticeable a change as the change in Gabumon's voice, but certainly, like, again, it's the same thing. Actors get older. Voices that they haven't done for 20 years, they probably struggle to find again, for lack of a better term, So it's but again, as I say, I do appreciate when they get the older voices back at all, rather than replace them entirely. TK, what? Who said that? Digimon dub, where Kari's VA pretty much becomes a meme. Yeah, because in the dub, she's also Takato's teacher. And then that spawned the fan theories of, but it said at the end of 02 that she went on to be a teacher. And now in the third series, where Digimon is a show and a thing, she's all, oh my god, it's actually Kari! That was that. So that's a whole thing. But now I just know her as the bunny from Beastars, and I go, oh, Kari, no! So that, so that was wild, hearing her as the rabbit in Beastars, and just going, oh no, my childhood feels like it just had a sledgehammer taken to it.
Kari, don't say those things.
Kari, don't say those things. Yeah. Oh no. I'm just gonna hide in here for a minute. Oh, voice acting is fun. Especially when when a voice becomes, and the character becomes a voice in your head. It's like reading Batman comics and all I hear is Kevin Conroy. It's like you associate a particular voice to that character.
Funny because you're Kevin Conroy.
Oh yeah.
Because Adam West is a very particular.
Oh yeah.
Not every Batman can be Adam West.
Not every Batman should be Adam West. Unless you're Batman the Brave and the Bold. I mean, we make exceptions. Izzy, the lead singer of the Venga Boys. You leave Mona Marshall alone. And Rika was in Cross Wars as Nene. Yeah, she was also the announcer in Frontier. So Rika was also the announcer for Frontier, wasn't she? The same way Davis was the announcer for Tamers.
I really liked it.
Hold on. As well as his Greymon to War Greymon voice too. Well, there they did recast. Greymon to War Greymon was recast as Kyle Haber, who voiced Greymon originally in the Cross Wars dub. So yeah, that was just a recast, but as Agumon, it's still Tom Fan. But they did recast the the later evolutions. So that was a recast. So that's why there's such a distinct difference there. It's not the old actor trying to do the voice from 20 years ago. The Purge lady? Zero Escape? She's the rabbit?
Escape,
yeah. Cindy Robinson.
Yeah, but she's
Zero the Third, yeah.
Yeah, but all I can hear announcement.
Oh yeah,
she speaks. That's just
every time. Oh crikey, he's gone into Wikipedia mode. I haven't. I promise. I promise. I'll be good.
Mansplaining.
I'm just sorry. I'm just mansplaining again. Oh no. And stop won't stop.
Haven't we said that before?
I am the Wikimon. Not literally, please. Wikimon is a website. Don't come after me. We're clearly joking. That one exists.
Oh, does it?
I think that exists. Does that exist, or is that something from the show itself? Hold on.
It's an actual company.
It's an actual company. Digipedia IT Solutions. Digipedia from the Rearise database.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's in-game.
So it's also an in-game encyclopedia, yeah. Yeah. Funny that. Anyway. I'm so gonna get sued. Probably not. Well, anyway. Oh boy. So where were we? I've lost my train of thought now. Yeah. To answer it without Digipedia from the Rearise database, was that? Well, Digipedia, it's the database in most games. You know, I think it's also in World Championship, and yeah, just in World Championship, and then Rearise. It's the database. So. But it has its own page on the fandom wiki. Right. As for... I'll answer it very briefly, because I don't want to spoil things, because Meg hasn't made it that far into Tamers. What I will say is, I think it's a very interesting way of going about it. It's quite different, and we haven't had a catalyst in that sense since, so it's something that's very unique to that show, and I don't know if they could do that again. I don't know if they could do a catalyst again, and that's kind of really as vague as I can be without spoiling the who's, what's, and whys. So I'm just for Meg's sake, I like it, but I don't think they could do it again. Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah. If the new Tamer movie gets a dub, I hope Guilmon's VA returns. Guilmon's VA is Goku, and she is still active, right? So there shouldn't be a problem there. I don't think she's retired. Rennemon's actress has retired. I think they had to recast Rennemon for that stage play that caused such an uproar earlier in the year. I think they had to recast Rennemon for that. I'm not 100% on that. Maybe they brought her back just for that stage play, but I know she certainly retired. But Guilmon's is still active.
Yeah, I start watching things.
Yeah, Meg needs to start watching things again to work out her partner.
Hibernation the past 2 weeks, basically. But that's what, like I'll put something on and fall asleep. Don't want it. I know I'm gonna. Don't want to.
Yeah.
Pass out after real.
Yeah.
You'd like to look at that. Call it lab.
Rappermon?
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that in?
Frontier? It's not a partner Digimon.
Okay.
Well, not within the context of not in the context of any of the shows. I don't recall it being a partner to anything. But oh, it was in Tamers. Oh, it did have a partner. Sorry, in a Tamers movie.
Okay.
It featured in Adventure 2020, and then we seen it this week in Ghost Game. In the manga next, here's in Toru's. Oh, okay, that's okay. It's not partnered there. Yeah, we. It's going to be partnered to one of the girls in Digimon Survive. I forgot Survive exists, so that's fine. Where is she? Shibuya Aoi. Gonna be her partner. Whenever, if Survive actually exists. But yeah, I'd forgotten about Survive. That's Survive's fault. Does Kulamon have an evolution? No. Kulamon doesn't even officially have a level. It looks like a child or a baby, but it doesn't officially have a level, much like the D Reaper. But
it feels like a...
Oh, it is. It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Kalumon or Kulamon is a Mew. That's yeah. No, you've hit that one on the head.
Well, I've seen it.
Yeah, it's cute and it likes to play. It is just basically Digimon Tamers at Mew. Yeah. Speaking of, it's easier just to get weekly updates on Meg's Partnermon search. Yeah. Well, when Meg starts watching things again, eventually she'll find something she likes, and that'll be when that happens.
Keep looking at a one.
Yeah.
That's a doggo one. Oh, that's a cute cat. Yeah.
Not even on one yet, while the other already has a full trio team going. Sorry. Yeah, basically. I don't know. I could build a whole Cyber Sleuth team out of my favorites. Wormmon, Holtzmon, Navimon. Yes, it's a Napmon, but still. Mekumon, Shoutmon. That's 5 right away. Jellymon. I'm not having a Jellymon. So that's 6. What? Cyber Sleuth lets you have 12 partners, so I'm halfway there. I did. It was the first one I mentioned.
Alright, I didn't hear that.
Let's see. Pulsemon is adorable. Yeah. I kind of hope he shows up in the anime, considering he is the mascot for this. You'll know in the show or game a mon will click. Yeah, it always does. Yeah. Something always
clicked and now he's just everywhere.
Yeah. And that's how something clicks and you go, yeah, that's mine. That's the one I feel here.
But I tried to know. This is like the commenters.
You know what? Do we know what Gatchmon looks like without his helmet? I don't think we do yet. The design document for that, I haven't seen it. But if it does come up, I'll keep you guys informed. Is there? Oh.
Okay.
No, it's not an in-joke per se. More of a different life. Let's just say that. Yeah, the Yami, the puppet will always be special. Always be special. But that is for another life, not me. They probably want to keep all monster cards as Digimon, even if they aren't technically one. Yeah, a throwback is definitely a way of putting it. Don't worry. Oh, okay. They probably want to keep all monster cards as Digimon even one, not to create a new type of card, keeping it simple. Yeah, that makes the most sense. And yeah, the puppet Yami mentioned is always going to hold a place here, but it's not for me. It's for another life, and that's fine. We are not our characters. So, anyway,
I like a lot. And, you know, well, so I have to like separate that.
Oh, are you gonna go for something that gives you a build up to a husbando or a waifu?
That's what I want to avoid.
Okay,
That's what
okay.
I'm saying.
That's what you want to avoid.
Well,
okay.
not avoid so much as I don't want to latch onto one just because they get pretty.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. Not latching onto it because you know it turns into a waifu or a husbando. That's very well.
It's like that teenage thing of not knowing. Infatuated. I have to make sure.
It's a very reserved stance for you to take.
It is, and you know,
There it is. There it is. Brilliant, brilliant. No, and there you go, and that's it, isn't it? Puppet is an insult. Technically, the correct term would be doll. Let's not do this now.
Yeah, I want cat.
Yeah. The cat that evolves into an angel in kitten heels. Yeah. Oh yeah. Black Tailmon.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. Black Tailmon
so,
to Lady Devimon into Lilithmon.
Yeah.
To counterbalance Tailmon into Anjuwamon into Wolfani. We actually got the blue card in the card game. Really helps with evolution, as it should. I do like seeing all the option cards from Tamers now being made into proper option cards in the new game. That's really nice. But like where is it? I lose this image every week. Is it that one? There we are. I'm still working on getting these before I worry about any of the Tamers cards. So if you want to help your favorite duo out for Christmas, donations are appreciated because good lord, these are expensive.
My brain.
Donations or super chats are very welcome. And that is the only plugging I will do this week because I don't like the I don't like it. I never did. Like and subscribe. It always comes off as disingenuous.
Like and subscribe. I think I'm okay with now. It's just, but you know.
Yeah, yeah. It's kind of grimy.
Evolution, everything.
Mirage, Gaugamon.
Mirage. Okay.
Yeah.
My brain is just going ga 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 ga.
Yeah, Mirage, Gaugamon, but Gaumon is so.
But that's what I mean. I don't want to.
So that's a Gaumon.
Oh yeah, I know him.
I was showing Meg this. That's a Gaumon, and you'll probably remember this thing because I raised one in Cyber Sleuth.
Oh yeah.
And that's a Mirage Gaugamon, which can then further evolve into... Oh, that's way too small. But yeah, can then further turn into this burst mode. So where it gets a nice crescent move. mace thing.
That's one thing.
Because most of the time option cards are attacks of a Digimon. Yeah, they are. Like a lot of the time the option cards are attacks relating to a particular Digimon. So seeing the Tamers style of option cards where they're power-ups or equipment cards, like for the wings and the things that look like the floppy disks and stuff, it's really nice to see those come into the game and add a new kind of flavor to it. So I'm looking forward to playing them. I still have to get around to getting Meg into the game properly. So yeah, we're still gonna get you into the game properly, but we have to start.
Can't learn if we don't.
Exactly. Well, look, we're gonna have Christmas. We're gonna have a week off over Christmas. So
yeah, that works. Play cards.
Yeah, be good fun.
Also, we have to learn how to play, get really good, then trash the down.
Oh yeah, the comic shop in town is doing card tournaments, so we need to start sourcing more English cards. But anyway, let's see. Like in Tamers, equip something like the Shield of War Greymon to any other Digimon. Yeah, that'd be cool to see. Hey, can Gaomon evolve into Gao Gai Gar? Not quite. It still makes some. You mentioned Gao Gai Gar. Still kind of makes me sad we never got an Omegamon version of Mirage Gaugamon and Shine Greymon, but it just never happened. Like these two just never combined, and they should have. They really should have. Okay. So. Oh, they are. Oh, my God. It's like, it's funny. I seen a comment on Twitter the other day where it's like Pokemon fans complaining that like all 900 Pokemon aren't in one video game. Meanwhile, Digimon fans are here like, we have 1,500 of these things. Well, we're happy with an assortment of 300. There's no way we're getting 1,400 of them, especially when like a lot of those are going to be Agumon recolors. Or
that's what I was. Don't get the one. Probably get the other color version of.
Yeah, so it's kind of the same. Do we need the alternate colored Palmon or the psychedelic Gabumon or? Well, actually, yeah, Psychmon is pretty cool looking. I like Psychmon.
I don't even know.
I just want to see an Agumon Bond of Courage deck. Sorry, I think you mean Agumon Bond of Bravery. F that name. F that name so much. I don't care if it's technically correct. It goes against the whole idea of the crest of courage. Stupid translators. Bond of Bravery. Get out of here with that junk. Masaru and Toma have two of the coolest looking megas by far. Yeah, Mirage Gaugamon and Shine Greymon are really friggin' good designs. Oh yeah, it was translated as Bond of Bravery. Hold on. Where is the display? There. That is the official card for the English version. Agumon Bond of Bravery is how they translated it. Because you remember Digimon Adventure and Taichi, and his crest of bravery. We all remember that, right? The crest of bravery. Why can this franchise never be fucking consistent? It's always something. It's always something. There's always something inconsistent.
You watched Kizuna. You saw this happen.
I only realized now that it's...
Oh yeah. Well, it's a Shine Greymon without the armor. Like that, he does look like naked Shine Greymon.
Yeah.
Like it's totally there. It's just Shine Greymon without the armor.
Power of Grayskull. By the power of Greymon.
Oh god. That's just the franchise in general by the power of Greymon.
Let's screw those
the bigger the roster, the more they'll leave out in their newer games. Yeah, but like I would prefer them cycling through, you know, nostalgia and new stuff each game rather than just trying to stuff everything in. When your favorite is an unusual one, when it gets into a game, it feels great. Having Arcadimon in Hacker's Memory made me very happy. Yeah, Arcadimon being a boss in Hacker's Memory was very good. You know, because I don't think, like, we hadn't seen it since, I think it had a cameo episode in Cross Wars. It was definitely an Arcadimon cameo in Cross Wars, and prior to that, then it was just V-Tamer manga, and that was it. They're so ugly and creepy looking. And Gabumon Bond of Friendship kind of looks like Wolfmon from Frontier. Yeah, he's also a motorcycle, so, you know, there is that. No, I'm okay for the moment. But yeah, definitely there is some design consistency with Wolfmon from Frontier. I'll agree. I like the Gabumon one simply because it can turn into a motorcycle. It's something completely unnecessary and silly, but it's cool. Yeah, no, I do enjoy it just for that reason, just because it's so silly and unnecessary. Okay, here, let me just nip off your camera while you sort stuff out. Anyway, look, it's that time of year. Family are going to interfere at the worst possible moments. So I'll take control of things. I'm assuming control. What is that? That's Mass Effect. Oh, now there's a series I'd love to go back and replay. Mass Effect trilogy. The Harbinger, wasn't it? Assuming direct control. Something to that effect. But anyway, I don't really think we have much left to talk about. Unless there's anything, I don't know, anything the chat wants to talk about with the episode, or just franchise-wise in general. I guess with these Bond evolutions, Omegamon's obsolete. Omegamon's never going to be obsolete because the franchise would just never resume control. It's your show. I mean, technically speaking, yes it is. But Omegamon will never be obsolete, but, you know, a stronger force was required to destroy Eosmon, and Kizuna didn't want to reuse Merciful Mode because the whole thing was about Digimon and partnerships breaking up, and I think using Merciful Mode would have ended everybody's relationship. Although the end credits of Kizuna do seem to imply that everyone not the 02 kids had their relationships broken, so, you know, that's a sad thing when you realize it. Let me take over slowly. Rude. Rude. It was either they didn't want to reuse Merciful Mode because of how badly Try was. Well, like, I can only go by the circle of the fandom that I'm in, but based on that, I can only say maybe they didn't want to reuse it based on how well or how badly Try was received by the end of things, or they just didn't want to make another new Omegamon. And if that's the case, I almost kind of commend them for not just making our 10th Omegamon. You know, that's something to be commended. I think. But yeah, no, I think we'll wrap things up here. Kizuna's ending sounds like an insult to the fan base. What were they trying to tell us? Were they trying to tell us to take a hike and move on? Yeah, see, it's the new 02 movie that I'm very curious about, because I'm not even sure if Merciful Mode could be used. Sora had her bond broke. Yeah, well, Sora's bond had broken before anybody else's, because Sora was kind of like Menoa in that she grew up too quickly due to the pressure of taking over for her mother. So she grew up far much faster than the others. Even Joe, who was... Oh, look, words are tough at midnight, okay? Her maturity levels were far more advanced along the line than even Joe, who was being pushed into things by his family and everything else. But Joe still had that uncertainty where he still... So, but you know, the credits for Kizuna do seem to imply that the original 8 all had their bonds broken relatively soon after the end of the movie. But it's this new 02 movie set after Kizuna that I'm interested in, because I want to see what it does to build toward the 02 epilogue, because that's still supposedly canon. So Oshiro may fix things? Who knows? Maybe the digital world will go, here, maybe we were a bit hasty. Here's your partners back. Again. But I don't know. Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Inspiring to the whole digital.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So I think we're ready to wrap this up. The Digivolution cannot be stopped. Digimon rule, Digimon rock. Remember the Digi things I say. Digi save the day. Digimon! Sorry, I say wrap this up and my brain goes Digi-wrap immediately. It's a problem and no doctor will look at me. Still waiting on Izzy to apply for the role of Digigod with his skill. Oh well, I mean he is King Drazel, according to Jeff Nimoy. Savers happens in a little pocket dimension that Izzy created, or Data Squad anyway, happens in a little pocket dimension that Izzy created, and that's why King Drazel has Izzy's voice. So you're halfway there, Yami. Just dub rather than sub. But anyway. See, voice acting's fun when you can do stuff like this. Alright. Alright, so we are done for tonight. So thank you everyone who tuned in. Thank you for joining us on this episode of the Code Crown Podcast, watching episode 11 of Digimon Ghost Game. What's it called again? Kamai Tachi. So next week we are back with Chain Letter, and this is going to be interesting because I think depending on when you grew up at the height of the internet becoming a thing, because like the internet's been around since like the 60s, 70s, but it never really became a thing until like the late 90s, early 2000s. So I think we all have memories of forum posts and emails with, you need to forward this on to 12 of your contacts, otherwise this ghost will appear and slaughter your family. MySpace bulletins, you know, things like that, you know. So I think this episode is going to appeal to a certain set of a certain generation that grew up with the height of the internet. So I'm really curious to see what they do with it.
Have you ever seen the bit in it where the guy gets a chain letter, send this on to guy with a kazoo is gonna, and he's like hunting a duck, but he's gonna hunt you down in your apartment. When you die, you're gonna see a singing fish, and the guy just goes and deletes it, and then this guy comes in, and he has one of those little duck noise makers. Yeah, and he keeps doing that all over the apartment, and the guy is like, what?
God damn, chill out. Chill out, MySpace.
And then he gets shot with an arrow. He looks up and there's a fish on the floor singing to him. I'm gonna make you watch that after.
Oh yeah.
I'll post it on my Twitter if anyone else is interested.
Good lord. All right.
That's so good.
And on that terrifying note, yeah, we are done. Good night to everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, depending on when or where you've been watching this from. Thank you for another fantastic session. We've certainly enjoyed your company. I hope you've enjoyed ours. And we will see you next week for episode 12 of Digimon Ghost Game, Chain Letter. Until then, look after yourselves. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas and season's greetings. Plenty of water before you have all the eggnog. Your future self will thank you for it. Good morning. Bye.